In this video, we'll talk about some of the ingredients you'd want to avoid if you are vegan. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want more of our content, subscribe to our channel NextGenU and click that notification bell for instant updates on brand new content. Veganism isn't just about the food you eat. It's an overall lifestyle where you consciously avoid consuming animal products of any kind. It's also in the clothes you wear, the makeup you use, and the sunscreen you lather onto your skin whenever you're at the beach. It can be quite tough to be a full-on vegan. You'll constantly have to check labels to see if you're not violating your own rules. And sometimes you do commit those mortal sins because of either false advertising, additives you didn't know weren't vegan, and just blatant misconceptions. First, let's start with foods that people think are vegan but actually aren't. Some of these might actually surprise you. Gelatin. Who doesn't love a nice sweet cup of Jell-O? It's that cross between a juice and soft candy that instantly brings you back to middle school at recess. It's the perfect dessert if you don't want the heaviness of a pound cake or the sugary taste of ice cream. Well, if you're vegan, you may want to stay away from this classic treat. Yes, you have the fruit flavors and sweeteners, but gelatin also contains animal collagen. That means every spoonful you consume has various connective tissues like tendons, bones, ligaments, and skin. The animal of choice is either cows or pigs. If you're a vegan watching this for the first time, you'll likely avoid the Jell-O section in the supermarket from now on, and understandably so. Miso Soup. Every Japanese restaurant has miso soup as part of its menu. For the uninformed, it's that savory, slightly salty, light brown bowl of soup that usually contains some seaweed and tofu. It's a refreshing appetizer before digging into a plate of cold soba. Seaweed and tofu may seem pretty harmless, right? Not so fast. Many restaurants use Dashi, a fish base, for their miso soups. You may recognize it after that first sip, but sometimes you may not even notice it at all. If you want to be absolutely sure, ask your server for a vegetarian version of the menu. There's a good chance for them to accommodate your request. Honey. It's easy to perceive honey as a vegan item. It is, after all, mostly composed of sugars, fructose, and water. It's also a better alternative to white sugar, which is filtered using bone char, especially in the United States. But while honey isn't made from animal products, any avid vegan won't be pleased with how it is processed. The bees are often kept in captivity for the sole purpose of providing that sweet nectar, which won't sit well with many. As an alternative, you can instead opt for agave nectar or maple syrup. Bananas. Bananas are the go-to snack for those who want to eat healthier. Craving for something sweet? Have a banana. Want to eat light for breakfast or dinner? Have a banana. Need to nourish yourself while on a hike? Have a banana. But as a vegan, you'd likely want to stay away from this tasty bright yellow treat. As it turns out, supermarket bananas in particular are sprayed with chitosan, a non-toxic pesticide that also helps prevent the fruit from ripening too quickly. Here's the clincher. Chitosan is made from shrimp and crab shells, so if you want to avoid this, always go for organic bananas. They may go bad a lot quicker, which means you'll want to consume them as soon as possible. Beer and wine. Now, these two obviously don't belong in the food category, but people love their beer and wine. Many reward themselves with a glass or two on a Friday night after a long week at work. But especially if you're from the UK and you choose to be vegan, you may want to stay off from having a few cold ones. That's because UK beers are filtered with an isinglass, a membrane derived from tropical fish bladders. It's the ingredient that gives your beer that bright golden glow. And while wine is mainly derived from grapes, some of the filtering agents used are milk protein, marrow, and fish bones. That's not exactly animal-free like you expected. But don't worry, because there are also vegan options for these favorite adult drinks. You get the same buzz while sticking to your vegan roots. Now, it's one thing to consume something non-vegan by mistake, and it's another to unknowingly use a non-vegan because of false advertising. And yes, many brands out there are guilty of such acts. Just to be clear, it isn't meant to shame any of these companies, but if you look closely into the ingredients list of some of their products, you'll see where the discrepancy lies. Eleve Cosmetics. Eleve Cosmetics is a Texas-based beauty company that advertises itself as 100% cruelty-free. If you look at its website, you'll see a few adjectives like non-GMO, gluten-free, and vegan-based. But when you look at the ingredients list for its vitamin C sunscreen, you'll find CeraAlba, otherwise known as beeswax. And if you're not a fan of the honey-making process, you won't be delighted about this piece of information. It's not until you read Eleve Cosmetics' About page where it's stated that only a majority of their products are vegan. But if you come for what is advertised on the headlines, you'll likely be disappointed. Little Twig. These days, you'll see the words vegan, plant-based, and animal-free in baby products as well. A good example is Little Twig, a Pomona, California-based company that sells personal care items for your tots. Upon visiting the About Us page on their website, you'll see its advertisement for plant-based laundry. But when you take a look at one of the items on their natural detergents list, you'll find some wool dryer balls in it. Wool, of course, is obtained from animals like sheep. In their defense, Little Twig does not completely identify itself as vegan, so we can cut them some slack. But you can also expect to feel a bit deceived, especially if you're in it for the plant-based laundry. Nature's Brands. The name itself should give you a bit of relief. And at first glance of Nature's Brands products, you'll find the big three of approval stamps: USDA, organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, all-natural, and vegan. Next to these, you'll find phrases like chemical-free, preservative-free, no additives, and no synthetics. When you take a closer look at their vitamin A 10,000 IU 100 soft gels, part of their product description reads, naturally sourced from cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is indeed high in nutrients like vitamin A and D. It also aids in immune system function, eye health, cellular growth, and reproduction, but it is derived from codfish, which makes it far from a vegan item. The Unscented Company. If a company advertises its products as natural, biodegradable, and fully vegan, you wouldn't think twice about throwing your support behind them. That's what you'll see when you visit the website of the Unscented Company. This Canada-based manufacturer sells hand soaps and shampoo bars that are not only unscented, but are also made from earth-friendly materials. And if you read through their FAQs, you'll see the company make a claim that their products are fully vegan and contain no animal-derived ingredients. So far, so good, right? Browsing through their products list, you'll find dryer balls that they sell by the bulk. And if you read the fine print, you'll see that it is made of pure, natural South American wool from free-range sheep. That is an animal-derived ingredient, right? Ogi Luxury Organics. When you see the word organic attached to a company's name, the common thought process is, this could be a bit pricier, but I am, after all, paying a premium on an all-natural product. That's the impression that OG Luxury Organics creates for its line of beauty products. Scrolling through its About page, you'll find the eye-catching stamps that say certified organic ingredients, cruelty-free, not tested on animals, gluten-free, plant-powered, and, you guessed it, vegan. Then you head over to its ingredients page, and you'll find a slew of items like aloe leaf juice, coconut oil, jojoba oil, peppermint oil, and beeswax. Say what? Just like with our first example, this brand threw it in there stealthily. You won't see it until you do a little bit of digging yourself, which would only make you shake your head in disappointment. Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't trust all brands out there that claim to be vegan. There are still a lot of companies out there that are as good as advertised. When they say they're fully vegan, they really are. A good example is our brand, Next Gen U. Our products are 100% vegan, and we won't leave you with the disappointment that you may feel from the many brands that aren't what they claim to be. If you want to know more about our products, check out the other videos here in our channel by hitting that subscribe button. And if you like this one, don't forget to click that thumbs up button. For instant updates on brand new content, hit that notification bell while you're at it.